Welcome to another episode of Working Title Podcast, if that's what we're going to call this.
Welcome.
That's what I'd like to call it.
Welcome.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes,
Right?
indeed.
I had a really hard time when I went to buy the ticket to say that. Like, I've been thinking about it for the last 3 days, going and seeing the movie, and I'm getting the ticket. I walk in the theater, and the girl says, "Hi, how you doing? What can I help you with?" And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. One for... Shit, what was the movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And she's like, okay.
Oh, dude, that's funny. You're having, anxiety about it, or what?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know why. It just happens every once in a while. I was completely fine all day.
Yeah.
Could talk to people, do everything, but that moment where it was not important, but kind of important.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But we're going to be talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I saw it today. Let's see, just a couple hours ago, actually. So it's kind of fresh in my mind.
Fresh on your mind, bro.
Yeah. And you saw it...
I saw it a
last
week
week?
ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little longer.
Okay.
But yeah.
So right around the time it came out.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So, we're not professionals, but
Yeah.
we enjoy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially Quentin Tarantinos movies.
Oh, definitely.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's really good. So I guess we're just gonna discuss the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what did you think about it?
Oh my god, dude. Well, you know what? I want to start by, since it's more fresh in your mind, I'd like to see I'd like to just turn that around on you and answer your question with a question. What was your overall impression of it?
I thought it was fantastic. I really liked it. I like Tarantino movies. I've seen, I think, almost all of them.
Yeah.
I think the only one I haven't seen is Jackie Brown. Which
You haven't seen Jackie Brown?
No, I'm sure I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah.
But I've seen Reservoir Dogs a couple times.
That's a great one.
Oh,
So
it was
good.
one of my favorites.
It's crazy that was his first movie right out the gate.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah, I think it's still. I watched the video the other day on whether or not it's still relevant.
Of course, dude. It's
Yeah.
even more relevant now, probably.
Yeah, but I've seen, pretty much all of them except for Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
And this one, I wouldn't say is my favorite out of all of them. I think Pulp Fiction, still.
Yeah.
It
I think it's
tops
probably
it.
my favorite.
Yeah, but this one felt very much in the same idea
Yeah.
of Pulp Fiction, because it had multiple storylines, kind of.
Yeah.
Going throughout
It was more linear than a Tarantino movie usually is.
Yeah,
It was one
I
of his
guess
more
so.
linear narratives.
I think his last one, Hateful Eight, was a lot
Yeah.
more linear than this one, even because it was
Dude.
one room with
Yeah.
all these characters.
That movie was fucking incredible. I just saw that movie 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I had been fucking avoiding it for years because I was very close-minded to it because I don't like Westerns traditionally. I don't dig them.
Really?
But then I watched that, dude, and I was so blown away by how... That's definitely my second favorite past Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah. So I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
so...
But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't really have many problems with it. What I usually like to do before going to see a movie that I'm not entirely sure about, that I'm sure I'll like it and
Yeah.
want to go see it in the first place. I'm just am I really going to go and spend the money to go to the theater and see it?
Yeah.
I'll watch a couple videos and hopefully not get too spoiled
Yeah.
on the movies. And all the videos that I watched were, the people gave it just good reviews. It was a good
Yeah.
movie, but it wasn't a masterpiece.
Mhm.
I'm sure everybody wanted it to be. But I think it was a little bit better than what they made it seem
Okay.
out to be, I guess.
Yeah.
But that might be my taste in movies, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about you? Did you think it was good?
Oh, man. You know what, dude? God, it's just such a hard... It's really put me in a predicament, man.
Oh, really?
I've been waiting for this movie for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So the anticipation has been at a fever pitch. Oh, I've been thinking about this movie all fucking year.
Right.
At least a couple times a month leading up
Right.
to it. And going to see it, there was so much that I liked about it.
Mhm.
I mean, so much good shit. I loved Brad Pitt's character. I thought it was a very well-developed
Yes.
character.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. He fucking played it perfectly. Leo, of course, was absolutely excellent.
Oh,
I liked, how they developed his character, and there's so much good shit. I thought it had a lot more comedy than a Tarantino movie usually has, a lot more little comedic riffs, if you will.
Yeah, I guess there were... Do you mean full-on jokes?
No,
or-
not even jokes. Just shit that if you have a certain sense of humor, you can find the comedy. And
Oh, okay.
I guess I found
Yeah.
myself like chuckling a little bit more than I usually do. Maybe it was the environment. I was with a friend too.
Oh.
We both like to just laugh a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
So okay, so
I thought everything was really good. Brad Pitt was great.
Mhm.
Leonardo DiCaprio was great. I think the weakest character was Margot Robbie
yeah,
playing Sharon Tate, even though
even though she's totally hot,
right,
very
yeah.
very attractive young
Yeah,
lady.
definitely. I guess the center point of the movie, because
Mhm.
it's about the Sharon Tate murder.
Yeah,
Right, but it's not really in the
Yeah.
sense of how it leads itself on, markets
Yeah.
itself, and then leads itself on to the ending,
yeah,
and it's just not exactly what you think it's going to be.
yeah.
Which I think was really, really good. Going into the movie, I thought it was actually real.
Oh really?
Like yeah,
You thought
I
it was
thought-
like yeah. I kind of had that same.
Yeah,
I got
like-
that same impression from the trailer.
Yeah, like the Rick Dalton character and Brad Pitt's character, I thought they were actual people the
Yeah.
entire movie. And then I got
Oh
home-
really? No
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
got
that's
home and was
hilarious.
complaining to my mom about the people that were talking in the theater the entire time because I stormed out. I didn't
You
watch.
stormed out.
I stormed out.
You didn't watch the end.
I didn't watch the entire end, like the credits roll that said "Once Upon a Time in
okay,
Hollywood,"
okay.
and I
Stormed
got
out.
up and I walked out.
I hope you said like a nice fuck you right before you shut the door.
Oh man,
But you wouldn't do that because you're a classy individual.
I wish I could. Like literally, these people talked the entire movie. Like you know how
What were they
there's-
saying?
They were just explaining the movie to each other.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I fucking hate
ridiculous.
that.
It happens every single movie I go and see. Somebody has to explain the movie to either themselves, or
Yeah.
to the person they're with, or like repeat a joke that was just said.
Oh,
But these people
no.
explained exactly what they thought was going to happen
Yeah.
next in the movie, or what happened in real life, or were just like, "Oh, I recognize that thing." Like,
Oh fuck.
like at some point they show some old Wolfman
yeah.
footage on like a TV, and the dude literally went, "Oh, Wolfman."
Motherfucker.
I like turned around towards him and was like, "What is going on? It's every movie."
Did you say that to him?
No,
You
I wish I
wanted to.
could.
You wanted to though,
I was like, every movie, just sitting there looking up, just going, every movie,
dude.
every movie. It sucked.
I'm gonna
But-
find this and I'm gonna send it to you later. Tom Segura has this great bit about something like very similar.
Oh really?
Great bit about he says it happened to him 2 consecutive movies and he
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
really a great bit. So yeah, they were talking, but it's still you still enjoyed it. You still got the overall experience.
Yeah. I think everything was just so well put together. Like I think in Tarantino movies he does that so well.
Yeah.
Like in Pulp Fiction, it's made in the same time period
Yeah.
that it's set in. So that's kind of it's set in what early
Yeah, it seems
80s
like-
or late 80s, early 90s kind of.
Yeah. Around the
Um,
time it was made.
Yeah, so it's like everything in the movie is from that time period.
Yeah.
And when he did Hateful Eight, obviously we're way in the future.
Yeah, he
since,
did so good on that one too. That
Oh
one
my
felt
God.
so authentic.
Yeah, and then this one, holy shit.
Yeah, one thing that I really do appreciate, like having lived in LA and been, I visited it a lot growing up and stuff, seeing how they were able to like transform actual locations
Oh yeah.
to fucking to make it look like it used to look.
Exactly.
Was really baffling to me.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking about the traffic in LA because they do that a lot. Like when you live in LA or when you're there a lot, they shut down the streets to fucking film, and it's like a
Really?
nightmare. So I can
Oh.
only imagine like how
Jeez.
much of a bitch that must have been
I'm
for the
sure.
people living there. Have to take detours and shit.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really well put together. Just the way they did that. That was fucking amazing.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
attention to detail.
Oh,
I did like
so
that
much
scene with
attention.
not Jackie Chan, but
Bruce Lee.
yeah, Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
good
well,
part.
I can't say I love that part. I thought it was really interesting because they showed
Yeah.
that in the trailer. I was like,
Yeah.
how does this play out? Why is this in the story?
Yeah.
But it was very interesting,
Yeah.
and that was one of the parts where I got the most pissed off at these people. Because Brad Pitt is talking to Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
or the guy who's playing Bruce Lee, and he's he ends his sentence by calling him Kato, which I think is one of that's his character from Enter the Dragon. or something like that. That's one of his characters.
Okay.
And these people, he says Kato, and they go, "Oh, Kato, I know that." It's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god! But that scene was really good.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect him to throw him into the car and that much damage to happen.
And it was funny that like that chick or the lady that walks in, the director's wife or something, she gets like pissed off when she realizes it happened. Yeah, see that's the kind of comedy that I was talking about. That's kind of I felt that was peppered throughout more, just little moments where she's yelling at him. I thought that was really hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was really funny.
So what's some of your other favorite scenes from the flick?
Pretty much anything with Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie that they're shooting. Lancer.
Yeah.
Which, again, I thought it was a real movie. I looked it up. I don't think it's a real movie. I didn't get
all
that
the
far.
movies were fictional, right?
I don't think so. I think a lot of the movies that they were like, oh, Rick Dalton did this movie and went off and did whatever. I don't think they were real. I think they're based on actual movies, but they're
definitely based on like movies that were prevalent at that time.
Yeah, the spaghetti westerns and spy movies and that sort of thing. Yeah, but the set of the entire thing was just perfect.
Yeah, they they really did a great job.
Yeah. Fuck. Like the Charles Manson thing.
Yeah.
I really thought they were gonna play that up so much more.
You know what, and that's one of that kind of brings me to one of the reasons why I was less impressed with the story. I felt like maybe I was just going in there with like Pulp Fiction kind of expectation.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of was hoping after in retrospect, looking back on the movie, I kind of felt like, wow, I felt like Tarantino would really play like you said, play that more, like maybe have the people at the fucking, if you're taking creative liberty to change the past, then I felt like almost like maybe you could have had them fucking take him hostage or something, and then like some dark shit. Like I was maybe expecting more dark turns throughout the movie, and I think that's one of the reasons why I came out of it feeling less than enthralled with it overall. But like I mean, it's a mixed bag though. I mean, it's not like bummed out that I saw it.
Right. Yeah, I think what they did with the family was interesting.
With the what?
With the family, the children of Manson, or whatever it was called. I thought what they did was really interesting because there's another like Manson family movie. Yeah. That I saw a while ago. I saw little bits of it, and it was just like, it felt like they took inspiration from that movie and just went, here we go, we're gonna do it our way. Like the ranch setting. Well, I mean, that's the real life where it was, and the house and all that, and how all the hippie chicks were hanging out there and doing their thing. Yeah. I thought that was just like fan-fucking-tastic. I really liked that ranch.
They did. I know, it's a fucking trippy place.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I used to know a girl that lived up by there, and just driving, I would go to see her, and I would drive by that area, and I remember seeing it like in movies before, and it's just like a very fascinating, like the topography, the mountains, and the way that it looks is very unique. Right. Very unique to that area. Even like going to Arizona in the Southwest, nothing really looks like that particular area where that ranch is.
Yeah, I guess that makes it a good like movie location.
Yeah, absolutely. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially for like making old westerns.
Oh, for sure, because it looks like you could fucking be in Arizona or Wyoming or anywhere. It's one of those locations that it's fucking, you can really tell the difference if you've never been there, I guess. Right.
Yeah, it was cool. Man, the way that they had like all the food cans and the beer cans and stuff like that.
That must have cost them a fortune to do all that shit, dude.
Probably. Damn, dude. Like, it all looks so good.
I'm sure that all the people that are involved in any sort of Tarantino movie, like the behind the scenes people and the like wardrobe and the people that create the sets, I'm sure they probably have like the best in the business working on that shit.
Oh yeah, probably. I'm sure. I mean, I think Tarantino supplies a lot of the cars.
Yeah. Oh, is he a car fanatic?
Yeah, like in Pulp Fiction, the main character. Shit. His name is Vincent Vega. Yeah. Right, the main character. His his car was actually Tarantino's car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it got lost, or it got stolen off of the...
On the set?
On the set, yeah. And it was missing for like 30 years or something like that.
No shit.
Yeah. And it popped up a couple of years ago. Like somebody found it and then returned it.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can tell that's before fucking cameras, dude. If that shit happened now, they'd fucking have like all kinds of footage on the streets of all that.
Yeah, well, you would hope they would.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think pretty much everything. I really, really enjoyed the movie.
So would you give it a 10 out of 10, Seamus? Would that be safe to say? Are you a 10 out of 10 on this movie or what?
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think all of the actors did great. I don't think... If you were really gonna do a true Sharon Tate Sharon Tate murder with the Manson family and all that, I think you should really focus on that.
Yeah.
So I get where you're going with the whole, you wanted that to be a part of it and to kind of take a darker turn.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it really did, like right at the end.
Yeah, right at the end it was
10
really dark.
minutes.
That was a great like I love how he was on acid and fucking that whole thing was that was a great scene.
That was really good.
But I think maybe then again it was like when it ended, the way it ended, I was really hoping like for more.
Yeah.
It was almost like an ending like that you would expect for them to like set up as a sequel. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like
I mean, it is that open. They left it that open-ended, I felt.
Right. So did you stay after the credits, like when it says "Once Upon a Time in Hollywood," where they go inside after standing in the driveway? Is there anything that happens after that?
Oh, I don't know. I left.
Because I
left. I left
okay.
right away.
Okay, yeah. Because I was in my head what I'm thinking happened because I didn't see it. I didn't stay because I was so full of rage. I think hopefully what they did is that they had that one girl that takes the car and runs away.
Yeah.
I hope that they set up a thing where she was actually going to get more people and bring them back, and then as the credits are rolling, you see people coming up the driveway into the house.
Yeah.
I hope when it comes out on DVD or goes up on a streaming service, I can scroll through the entire movie to that part and hopefully see that, because that would make it. I think that would make it so much better.
Yeah.
Having that Manson family tie-in, because it seems like they just, like you said, they changed history.
Yeah.
Because I think what they did is they had it right up to the point where everything happened, and then misdirected.
Yeah.
You know, like they were there to kill them, to kill Sharon Tate and everybody in that house, and then Tarantino's character kind of intervened, and then that whole thing happened, and they killed, everybody that was actually going there.
Yeah.
So I think, as far as I know from the actual history, that maybe that's where they split off.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
And maybe I think I would have really liked the movie a lot more if they had maybe had that scene like not as the finale, but as a scene in the middle. And then added more on top of that, like maybe the Manson family that extracts revenge, and it just is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like right after the ranch scene where,
Brad,
his name, Cliff or whatever.
Maybe what it was, man. I was really hoping just for more, like shit that you just watch and you just can't believe it. Like I would compare it to Pulp Fiction, how there's that whole crazy scene with Bruce Willis towards the end where he runs into fucking Marcellus Wallace and they're running through the street, and then just that's such an action-packed scene, and then it goes into the fucking pawn shop, and that's just a whole other like holy shit, dude. And then there's many other scenes in the movie like that. I guess maybe I went in there with the expectation that it would have more of those really fucking crazy. But that's not. But then that's my own fucked up thing, which I'm very conflicted because I can't say that it's a bad movie. There's a lot about it I really enjoyed. I guess I just was trying to impose too much on it. I
don't know. I think when you go in expecting something out of a movie, like if it's Tarantino or Martin Scorsese or whoever it is,
which are like the only two directors that I actually go into any movie they do expecting to have my mind blown.
Right.
Everybody else, I'm like.
Hey, you know,
Yeah, I'm like, it could go any way, but with them, just, you know, their body of work, it's
Right.
just fucking so astoundingly good that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple different directors for me where it's like I know exactly what to kind of expect,
Yeah.
but I'm always hoping that they're going to do something different.
Yeah.
And Tarantino is definitely not one of those.
Really?
Because I feel like he does really well in writing characters.
Yes.
And he did really well in writing the Rick Dalton character and the Cliff character, which everybody else was real.
Yeah.
Except for those two.
Yeah.
And it seems so weird to me.
Yeah.
But their characters were just so fantastically written. Everybody
Yeah.
else and all their dialogue and everything like that. And then all of his other characters from Hateful Eight and Pulp Fiction, and Reservoir Dogs, and pretty much every other Tarantino movie are just so fantastically written. And then you look at other directors, and they all have their strong suits. Like I just watched that horror movie Hereditary.
Hereditary?
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
No.
Is it a good flick? Did you like it?
It's fantastic. Like I'm not crazy about horror movies. I'm just getting into them now at almost 23 years old.
Holy shit.
And this one, I was very hesitant on watching. Like I really wanted to see it in theaters, but I was like, I can't. You know, I just don't know.
Is it on Netflix or Amazon?
I have it on DVD if you want to watch it. If you want to watch it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll check it out. I'd love to check it out. If you say it's fucking great, I'll check it out.
It's so good. It's so good. Like I thought going in, because it's marketed as the scariest horror movie that's ever been made.
Really? That's how they marketed it?
Yeah.
Was it the scariest horror movie that's ever been made?
No.
No. It wasn't.
No. I think there were very horrifying elements to it, and this is what I've heard, because I've watched so many videos on Hereditary that's just like, this movie is fantastic. It's really not a horror movie. There's horror elements, but it's definitely more of like a psychological thriller that's more based around this one family. Yeah. And the like horror element doesn't really come in until like the last 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting.
It's kind of cool. It's a little suspenseful.
It's very suspenseful because you don't, if you watch the trailer, you don't know exactly how the movie actually plays out, because it has parts from the end of the movie at the beginning of the trailer, and parts from like the middle of the movie at the beginning of the trailer and stuff like that, and it's like really weird. And the way you think things happen from watching the trailer isn't how it happens.
It's obfuscated.
It's such a masterclass in like the way that A24, the production house that like helped make the movie and did the trailer for it, had such a like beautiful vision on how to create the marketing for this movie. And then later on, once it came out and people were like, oh my god, this was like the best movie of the like Halloween season, then the news started saying that, oh, it's the scariest movie ever made. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Scariest? That's such a bold claim.
Yeah, it was good, but Ari Aster, the director of that movie, has made like 4 or 5 different shorts before making this movie. Yeah. That are like, oh, okay. So he took everything he learned from these movies and making them and just put it into this one, and it's fantastic. Like he has one where you don't know exactly what's going on, kind of, but it's just like this dude stuck in his apartment because he thinks people are watching him. And you watch the entire little short, it's like 20 minutes long, and it's just like, what is going on? And then you see the ending, it's like, oh, it makes everything connect, and it makes it so much worse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like, not worse in the sense of it's bad, but in the sense of like, this was fantastic on the way that this little chunk, this last like 10, 15 seconds of this 20 minutes changes everything. Oh, gotcha, you know? Gotcha. And there's every single one of them. He just came out with one. It's in theaters now. It's called Midsummer.
Midsummer?
It's
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of the same idea as Hereditary, which is another horror movie, just in a different setting. Oh, okay. And people are like, it's good, but it's not quite not the awesome. Same. Yeah, which I think is kind of what's happening with this one, with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. Where people are going, it's good. Yeah. But it doesn't live up to the 8 other movies before
what a
this
fucking
one.
burden that must be as a creative, like a creative genius like Quentin Tarantino. You know, he's probably reading these reviews and I mean, I don't know who knows how he feels about it. I mean, he's fucking very wealthy and very successful, but
Yeah.
I mean, God, to just have that expectation on every piece of art that you create.
Yeah. Well, I think hopefully what's happening is he's setting up a like storytelling.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it was definitely a
something.
departure from the other stuff, like in that sense.
Yeah, like hopefully, because he said he's making 10 films.
Yeah. So
This was number 9.
Okay.
So the next one is going to be his final film that he's making as a storyteller or as a writer-director.
Shit.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm not entirely sure, like knowing what I know of the movies that I've seen that he's made and not having seen like 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because everything seems so much the same. It's all set in different kind of settings and time periods, but everything feels kind of cohesive.
Yeah.
But
it's a great body of work. He's
Yeah.
up there with Tool in a way.
oh yeah, definitely.
You know, where you look at their whole body of work and you're like, wow, there's something so spectacular about each of those works.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Like yeah, Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Or who's the guy? Was it Scorsese who did shit.
Goodfellas, Casino.
I haven't seen Casino. I really want to.
No way!
I've seen parts of it.
Really?
I hear it's a good movie.
Oh, dude, hear no more. I've probably seen it about 40 times, dude. It's a fucking
Oh really?
spectacular. Very good.
Oh fuck! What's
Couldn't
the
recommend
movie?
it.
The Shining. Is that
Oh
Scorsese?
yes, that's a great fucking movie. Oh, you're talking about Stanley Kubrick.
That's it. That's the
Yes.
guy I'm thinking of. Stanley
Yeah,
Kubrick. I feel like
he's up there too.
Quentin Tarantino and Stanley Kubrick, not on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit. Like, what am I saying? They're on the same level artistry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their attention to detail in their settings is like spot on.
Yeah.
Each of them. But I feel like Kubrick's movies are so much better.
Yeah.
Like, especially long lasting.
Yeah, it's timeless.
I think, yeah. And Tarantino's movies are definitely, like, you can definitely tell what time period they were made in.
Yeah.
And written in, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Kubrick's are way more timeless.
Yeah. Like 2001 and
Fucking an incredible.
Shining.
I can't believe that was made in 1969, dude.
Right?
It looks so good.
Yeah. It's probably one of my... Other than The Shining. Shining's number 1. It's like 2001, and there's another Kubrick movie that I've seen, like, that I put right in between them.
Clockwork Orange is pretty good.
That's it. Yeah, Clockwork
Yeah.
Orange. It's like,
Yeah.
The Shining, Clockwork Orange, and then 2001.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that I really like. Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it'll fit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so closing thoughts. Movie was good. I really liked, the entire thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think they could have done a lot of different things. Charles Manson was only in the movie for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I
that is
don't
true.
I don't understand why he sent people to the house. I think they could have gone in
More detail on that?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
They could have gone into more detail on that other than he just wants him dead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That could have other than that actually being the truth.
Yeah.
I think he could have done something.
Extracted
that.
more.
Yeah, I think he could have done something a little bit more interesting than just go and kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you think? We got a little bit of time left.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, so you
6.5
want to do
out
a
of
rating
10.
scale?
I mean, it's really not. It's not fair, but yeah, I think I'll give it a 6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Two closing thoughts on
Personal
it.
preference.
I really liked the scene where he's like Rick Dalton's realizing he's a fucking alcoholic
Yes.
because he can't recite those lines, and he goes in his trailer and he starts throwing shit around. I thought
Yeah.
that was like probably one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen. I was cracking up.
That was the best.
It was really funny. He's fucking just then he ends up drinking.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good. I thought he also had a really good scene with that young female child actress.
Oh, yes.
That was a really good scene.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
that young girl was a brilliant actress.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
think maybe you should go see it, dude. If you've never seen it, you go see it.
yeah,
See what you
definitely.
think.
So you give it a 6 out of 10. I definitely give it like a 7 or an 8. All right, thank you for listening.
Yep.